These are a couple of vicious coffin men. They actually went to hell to steal a coffin from the devil. They almost lost their lives. One day, they carried the coffin to the cemetery. The coffins accidentally touched the table. But it triggered a butterfly effect. A flower petal knocked over the picture frame. Then the frame hit the plate. Then a bottle of 73 Lafite hit the wood. The wood rolled to the slippers outside the door. The slipper touched the walking stick. Then the cane pushed the apple out the door. It just knocked over the kettle. At this point, the mouse touches the water and panics. And climbed up the mop. But it knocked over the ladder next to it. The ladder triggered a huge rock. At the same time, the pallbearers were about to put the coffin into the car. But the next moment, a huge rock fell from the sky and ran over the car. The pallbearer had no choice but to put the coffin down. But he got reprimanded by his partner. But it didn't stop them from going to the cemetery. They decided to go on foot. They traveled thousands of miles over mountains. They traveled through a jungle of spikes. But that didn't stop them. Just as they were coming out of the jungle, they were shot by hunters who thought they were deer. The two men ran for their lives. The old man's hat was knocked off his head by a branch. To get his hat, they used the coffin as a stool. They accidentally kicked the coffin down a steep slope. When they found the coffin, they found the old woman hanging from a tree. They continued on their way. At that moment, there was a car in the distance. And drove past them at a leisurely pace. He was so angry that he slapped him on the spot. And then, cunningly, he put the old woman on the highway. And they got a nice ride. As the car drifted along the winding road, the boulder from earlier appeared by mistake. The coffin was thrown out again. It just rolled down into the construction pit. The partners wanted to bury the old lady on the spot. But in the end, they couldn't bear to do it. Seeing that the coffin was about to reach its destination, the two of them excitedly accelerated their pace. They even ran down the slope. The slope got steeper and steeper and they flipped 360 degrees. They almost fell off the cliff. Coincidentally, the weight of the hat was just right. They fell off the cliff without incident. Unexpectedly, they just came to the destination. At that moment, a boulder hit the two of them. It was pitch black. He lit a match. The old woman actually woke up. It turns out they've accidentally arrived in hell. This place specializes in transporting the dead. Seeing the old woman being carried away, the two of them rushed to follow the group. It took them a long time to get her out of hell. The scene changes and they come to Earth. They put the old lady's grave in the designated spot. And completed their mission successfully.